Thank you so much for waiting while I took attendance, and that should have given you opportunity to get your needed material and to get your information down. Okay, so basically my box one would look like this. I have 3 tic-tac-toe boards ready to go. My box two, you should have written out 5 equations that you prepared to assign to your partners, and then leaving a space that you will receive information from your language lab partners. Okay, in box 3, I just made my best shot effort at 2 3x3 boxes here. 1, 2, 3, going across and down, 2 of them. And box 4, I just sort of left blank because that's my story for my homework. Now I'm going to demonstrate how. Any questions on that before I move forward? So you should have that on one piece of paper, 4 different boxes. Okay, sounds good. I'm using my whiteboard. If you have one, you can use yours as well for this part. We're not, for right now, just because I'm demonstrating how this will work, do not use your paper. Use a scratch paper, use a different paper, or preferably use your whiteboard that we talked about getting, and a marker. So I'm going to play a quick game of tic-tac-toe with you, because today we're not going to play with X's and O's. We're going to use the vocab from week 4, 5, and 11. So if you don't have a scratch piece of paper, now is the time to grab that, or just turn a page in your agenda sheet or something of that nature. Okay, so every time I sign, you write it in the appropriate box, and I'm using vocab from, again, week 4, 5, and 11. Here we go. So,
I have a question.
sure.
What was box 4 again?
Box 4 is for your story, which we'll talk about for homework.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So when you're starting tic-tac-toe in sign language, or because we live in the U.S., we start from left to excuse me, left to right. So when I'm drawing my box in the air, it's the same as if I'm writing it on a piece of paper. I start on the left and I move to the right. So when you see it in the air, so as you're not confused on which box to use, it's the same as if you're writing on a piece of paper. Left to right. So I keep my hand there in that last box, take my other hand and I move it up to the top box. So now we all know where I'm starting. Now I'm signing one of the words. Jot it down on your scratch piece of paper, the sign word that I just signed in that very first box. Then I draw it again so you could have a visual. Visualize the tic-tac-toe board. Start again in that corner and then I move over. Always starting in that top corner.
You're glitched for me.
Okay, I'll do it over. This is a repeat. Start again in that corner and moving over. One down, two down. Okay, the final box. I'll tell you right now, I did not put 3 in a row because I messed it up. But I do have 9 signs for 9 boxes. But did I get a tic-tac-toe? No, it's a cat's game. And that's fine. You can have a cat's game because sometimes nobody wins. Okay, this is how we will do this. Type in the box and the row that I request, but wait. Do not press enter until I get down to 0. Once I put the 1 down, I'll count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once I go to 0, then you could press enter. Just so we could have the same, be on the same mindset. Notice here it says rows go across, columns go down. So if I say row 1, column 1, like I'm going to say now, go ahead and type it in, but don't send it in chat. What sign did I sign? Which vocab word? Go. This will be a very good practice because I see a couple things. I see brother. I see male, because a male could be a man It could be a grandpa. It could be a boy. And then I see the correct thing, man. Okay, good. Row 2, row 2, column 2. Nope, don't put it in there yet. Go. Very nice. Turn around. Good, good, good. Okay, here's a hard one. I saw some of your faces like, what? Okay, here we go. Row 2, column 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter. Yes, exterior or outside of the house or building or structure, all of those things would work. So now, do we know how to use tic-tac-toe with signs? Good, perfect. You'll do that in the language lab. And you will put that in your box number 1. You should be able to do 3 of them quickly. Okay. Box number 3. Let's go over our ASL bingo. So the reason I said to grab some coins or beans or rice or anything that could act as a placement holder. I grabbed a few Mints Make coins here, quarter, penny, a bean, a rice. You can mark it with your paper. The only thing I'm going to do after you should have made the 2 boxes in your box number 3, I'm going to show you how this works. I've already created tic-tac-toe boxes. So if you go onto Google Classroom right now and look under Language Lab Practice, you do not need to print that form. The only thing you're going to do is use your markers or mark your paper. Mark your paper would be perfect. Just mark the paper with the word that they, mark your paper actually with the word that's signed. So you actually do not need coins or beans or anything. That helps me to see, but if you have boxes like this and you mark your paper, as the person signs, you will fill those boxes. Let's see. So I'm going to screen share. The form that's on Google Classroom. Were we all able to find that form? Can someone open their mic and let me know that they were able to find the form? Is it there? Do you see it?
I was able to find it.
Perfect. So now I know everyone should have access to it. It's on Google Classroom and it looks just like this. I'm going to share my screen, but of course you'll need to pull it up for yourselves. When you're in the Google Classroom, my screen will not show. This is the week for week 4 vocab, week 5 vocab, and week 11 vocab. Here are the bingo sheets below it. So if I said something like HS, what does HS stand for?
High school?
Even though I put the whole word there, sometimes you don't have to. It's a handshake. Good guess though, because in sign language, you're right. HS means high school. Thank you for offering that answer. You're correct. But in this case, we're talking about handshakes and PO meaning
palm orientation.
Thank you very much. The palm orientation. Is it facing the audience or facing the signer or facing to the side? For example, if I was using bingo sheet B as in Bravo, And now I'm going to do a sign. You mark on your paper, on your scratch sheet of paper, not this one, not yet. Not until you go into the language lab, use your folded paper. If we're all using bingo sheet B, which box can you mark?
Hand shape?
Which one? Which
Y?
one? Oh, you said the Y hand shape? No, because this is a Y. Or did you say something else? Maybe I heard you wrong.
I don't know.
What hand shape is this?
2, 5.
Fives.
Yeah.
So it's the 5 hand shape, but I put on there closed 5. Is that a closed 5?
No.
Okay, so what else could you use?
I don't know.
As for anyone, not just Sage, anyone.
Or you can put non-manual marker.
Hey, excellent. That's what I can mark that one off because I'm using the non-manual marker. So I put the word that I'm signing. On my sheet. What? And I know that's a non-manual marker. Okay, let's try another one. I don't think I could use that sign because it's not from weeks 4 or 5 or let me look at it really quick. Nope. I have to use a different one. Okay. 4, 5, or 11. Let me try this one. Okay, here's another one.
Y handshake.
Yes, you are correct. So you should mark your board with the word. Okay, simply put, here it is, my board. So on my board that I'm putting, when I did this, where can I put that? On my B bingo sheet. Okay, first tell me what sign is that? Does anyone know that sign?
Play.
Play. Thank you. What hand shape does that sign make?
Y.
Y. So I could put a mark there. I could put Y, HS, meaning hand shape, and then the word play. And then when I did this sign, what's this one? What sign?
Right.
Right.
One.
You are not wrong. You are right. What's the hand shape?
One hand shape.
Thank you. So I filled my box. Oh, can you see that? Yes. Okay, any questions on how to play bingo? When the signer is signing the words, I only did it for demonstration purposes, but when you're actually playing the game, don't stop in between and say, that was a Y handshake, or that was at the very end of the game after all 9 boxes are filled. Then you have to prove that you got all 9 boxes by saying this was the word, it was this hand shape, or it was the non-manual marker, or the movement. We got it? Okay, I'll go ahead and put us in. Thank you. Someone understands. I appreciate that. Okay. We are going into the language lab. Before we go into the language lab, do we know what we're doing? We have 3 different options. You get to decide which box you're going to work on. So I would suggest do 1 or 2 equations, then move on to a tic-tac-toe game. And then after a tic-tac-toe game, then do one of these bingo boards. So you can keep mixing it up. So even if you don't have it completely filled by the end of the period, you will have a little bit of each one. So that at the end of the day, when you take a picture of your sheet, your folded paper, I could see that you were working in the language lab for participation points. And this is how I will be gathering participation points from henceforward. Today we're practicing that, so I won't require you to upload it, but I will require you to upload it, but I will not give points until as of next week. Are we clear? I don't know if my connection is completely... I think we're all frozen, I'm not sure. If you could hear me, let me know, but I think we're frozen. It's awesome. Well, this was fun. Zoom. You gotta love it. Wow. Well, Zoom just turned completely off.